The first thing I thought of was we've got to shoot in the car. Now, you might think that that's strange because, why not in a kitchen? Why not in a garden? Why not in a restaurant? But honestly, I spend a lot of time in the car, and I imagine many of you do too. Because we spend so much time in the car, going from point A to point B, we need to be prepared in the car. And some of you might have no food in the car policies. That's fine. There's plenty of picnic benches and areas to sit outside to enjoy food in the wintertime, in the summertime, and all the time. The car is the place that transports us to take care of our lives. And sometimes we're out for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours at a time, running errands, taking care of the family, taking care of business. And that's why it's really important that we stay prepared in the car. We should always have some basic things, some fresh fruit and vegetables that we grab on our way out the door, that we have fresh nuts and seeds that are soaked, sprouted, and dehydrated, or even just soaked. But most importantly, that we have proper hydration. In the car, believe it or not, it can be very dehydrating. My daughter and niece call me the water police because I am completely fanatic about hydration. I don't mind going without food for some time. Let's face it, it's important to kind of go without food sometimes, but you have to stay hydrated. If you're not breathing good air and you're not drinking good water, you can't expect to be healthy, have good energy, or succeed in life as a person. Good air and good water. Very, very fundamental things. And in the car, your air is compromised. Now, you can only control, really, the water piece. So it's important to be sure that you're bringing water with you. And I mean plenty of water. Bring a gallon of water. You should at least have a liter of water with you. You've got to find a good water source. Now, chances are your tap water isn't really the best. I'd encourage you to look into that. For yourself and your family, you need to look into the quality of your tap water if you're drinking tap water. Chances are the water filter that you're using, that you get at the grocery store, is not sufficient. And I encourage you to check this out on your own. Get your water tested. Find a local lab, see what's in your water. What is the total dissolved solids? What are the fluoride levels? How much arsenic is in my water? Yes, arsenic. I said arsenic. Arsenic is in our water supply. What are the degree of pharmaceuticals that I'm drinking? Yes, that's what I said, pharmaceuticals. Your neighbor, your other neighbor, someone's on antidepressants, someone's on birth control, someone's on antipsychotics. All that's going into the water system. And you know what? There's really no water filter that's taking that out. This is serious. Got to take your water quality seriously. If you want to stay healthy, fit, and young in this world, you've got to look at your water quality. Chances are what's coming out of your faucet is not the best ever. So just get yourself a great filter. You can get a filter that goes on your countertop. You can get a filter that goes underneath your counter. You can get one that goes on your whole house, or you can buy water, which is not the most sustainable way, but hey, it's all about taking steps. So wherever you are, just take one step. Go one step further. Say, hey, what is my water supply? Because if you want to live cancer-free, if you want to live a long, healthy life, you've got to look at your water quality. So when I'm in the car, I make sure that I have water, and it's got to be good water. So that's a rule of thumb. The thing is that the car is a place where sometimes you got to spend 4, 5, 6 hours, and you might as well have something tasty in the back seat so that you can keep your energy level stable, so that you can keep your blood sugar stable, and so that you can just not overbuy at the store. Sometimes you go into a store and you're hungry, and then you just buy everything, and that's just not the way we want to be living. That's not a very sustainable way to live. And You don't need to buy things that you don't need. Sometimes you feel hungry and then, you buy chips, but you don't want chips. And then what are you going to do with those chips in your kitchen? You've got to you don't want to throw them away, and then someone has to eat them, and then you know that chips aren't good for you. So it goes on and on and on. So it's important to not go to the grocery store hungry, to not be running your errands on low energy. You're safer when you're driving around in traffic because you're not frantic. I mean, how many times have I almost gotten into an accident driving by a fast food restaurant? Because people have been eating that food and then they come out into traffic and it's like something, major has happened, where I almost got into an accident. And then, it was only 2 or 3 years after this kept happening consistently that I was like, oh, there's that fast food restaurant. No wonder. People are hyped up on, chemicals and sugar. They just can't help themselves. So now I just slow down and I try to make sure I've got plenty of space to get by these places. And if you want to learn more about this fast food situation, there's a really interesting documentary that was made called Super Size Me, where a guy actually did a study where he took blood and he worked with medical doctors and ate fast food exclusively for a period of time. And it was shocking what happened to him. If you're the kind of person who's going out every morning and getting fast food for breakfast or lunch or dinner, think again. This is serious. It's like playing roulette with your health. You really need to learn how to navigate what's available at those fast food restaurants, because there are some new ones popping up that have really healthy options. But there are a lot of tasty options on those menus that are really not going to bring you health. They're not going to bring you energy. And they're going to take your body way more energy to digest and process than they'll ever provide for you for the money that you spent, whether it be a lot of money or a little bit of money. Although convenient, fast food is not an option if you want to stay healthy, fit, and young in this modern world.